Alright, so I bought maybe the cheapest mag drill on Amazon. I don't know. Pretty cheap. I think the regular price on this was like $210, and I got it for about $160 as a scratch and dent kind of thing. It said used very good, but then the description said it was just shipping damage. So I don't see any signs that it was actually used, and I don't see any damage to it. So I think I might have done okay. I was afraid I was going to get something that somebody had bought for a job and used, and then when they were done with the job they just returned it, but that does not appear to be the case. Yeah, I don't think so. So anyway, this is everything that came in the package. It was well packed in molded styrofoam in a cardboard box. It's pretty heavy. And I'll be reading the instructions and figuring out how to set it up. This looks like an oiler. But yeah, I need to read the instructions because right now I cannot even figure out how this unlocks to come up. So yeah, I'm gonna every man's last resort. I'm gonna read the instructions and I'll be back. Oh, and here are the specs on it. It's supposed to be an 1100 watt unit, 550 RPMs. Can do a twist drill up to 13 millimeter and then go up to 35 millimeter on what they're calling a core drill, otherwise known as an annular cutter, I'm pretty sure. And yada yada, 50 millimeter drilling depth. So that's not all that much. It's 50 millimeter right there. So hoping it'll do what I need it to do. Max travel 180 millimeter. Okay, I think I understand that. Yep. So it'll travel 180 millimeters up and down here, but the actual what it'll move by rotating the handle is 50 millimeter, and that's not that much. The magnetic seat drill is provided with a safety protection belt. This is to catch it if it falls. Work should be cautious when working. Should concentrate on the same time. The use of prior understanding magnet drill structure, electromagnetic sucker, electric drill, and the operation of generation transmission. Right. Okay. So, job preparation. Buckle the safety belt. Hey. Ah, this is great. So it doesn't tell me anything about okay. Instructions are useless, and so we resort to brute force and ignorance. And let's figure out what do you have to do to make this thing raise? Will it just come up? Yes, it will. Look at that. It's just tight. Alright. Alright, there we go. We're in business. It's up there now. Let's see. Can we get back? No, wrong way. Pan out. Pan out. There we go. Alright. Yeah, so this is that 180 millimeters of travel of which we spoke. Good deal. I think maybe a little lubrication in that dovetail would be in order. Oh yeah, the only damage I saw to this thing, that looks like heat. That looks like this sat in some warehouse somewhere and got hot, and that's the styrofoam that melted on there. Otherwise, it appears perfect. So I'm pretty happy about that. Came with a chuck key. These look like fittings for the oiler. Yeah, good stuff. Okay. Alright. Let's see. I've read online that this is loud. What do you think? Shall we find out? Is it in the off position? Yes. Alright. Alright, let us try putting the magnet on. Oh yeah. Yeah. Some people complained that the magnet wasn't very strong. I am lifting a 100-pound plate with it right now. Magnet's strong. Okay, now ready for noise? Noise alert. Yep, that is loud. Okay. Now, next thing we got to figure out, if we wanted this up in here and we wanted to use, as I do, this drill bit, we got a problem. So, one of the reviewers on Amazon said something about flipping this whole arrangement around, and I will investigate and see whether such a thing is possible. Because, yeah, it will not, you can see right there, that ain't gonna happen like this. So, more to follow. Alright, so there's an issue with this that I was kind of expecting from the comments that were on Amazon. If you put this adjustable chuck on here, then you can see you've got, this is as high as it goes. It totally seems like this thing ought to be mounted up here rather than down here. I mean, because it has a lot of travel. I've got the magnet on now, but can you see this? Let me check. Yeah, watch this. I mean, why would you even want that capability down here? That doesn't make any sense to me. So, I think I am going to try to flip this plate around. I mean, the only thing I can think of that this would even work for are, you know, I have these annular cutters. These are cheap Banggood ones I bought a while back. They work pretty well. But I can, what the heck? Some residual magnetism, I guess. But these would work. But I actually need to use this drill size because I'm going to drill and tap some holes. That is the plan. So I can't just go oversized. And this, I think, is the small. No, this is the small. So I have a 15 millimeter, and that's the smallest I can go. I suspect that this 3/4, I think this is 3/4 insert chuck dealio here, I'll bet they make as a standard annular cutters that fit that, and that's probably the idea they had in mind. But still, even with that, even if you were putting a cutter into there, this thing, yeah, it does have residual magnetism. You know, even if you had cutters, I mean, why? Doesn't make sense. So, I mean, I guess maybe that would be the idea. Because this is coming flush just about with the surface. That's the travel that you have right now. So maybe that's the intention. Maybe there is a standard out there for these annular cutters that uses that 3/4 insert, whatever you want to call it, shaft. And that's the design idea, but I think I'll be using it most often with a conventional chuck. So I think I will get more use out of it if I can mod it. And unfortunately that means I'll have to cut the wire. I mean, if you go behind this plate, you can find where the wires actually clip in. It probably wouldn't be that difficult to work with it that way. Maybe I'll check that again just in case, because I will need, even if I manage to get this all off the way I'm hoping to, and flip this plate around, you can see that you know, I've got no travel here, so I'm going to need a good, you know, extra 4 to 5 inches. But maybe I can recover that from the bird's nest that's inside of there. I'll play around and see. Oh, and by the way, how do we take this thing apart? Well, we unplug it first. And the best way I can see would be to remove this. Then I think this whole thing will right off. So yeah, I think I'm going to unscrew here, unclip the wires, pull this out, pull this shaft out, and then try to get this whole thing off. And we'll see how that goes. Hey, so as you can see, there is a bit of extra wire here that might be enough. In fact, if I can untangle some of that, I might even get some more out of it. As long as I can find out, you know, where everything pins in down here and yada yada. But yeah, there might be enough wire for me to just do it that way. You know, undo this, and then I can get some more of this, or a similar type of little flexi conduity stuff, you know, they make it for use under the hood of your car. So I can fix that. So maybe that'll work. Maybe I won't have to do any splicing or anything. I do believe I've got a few inches left there. Alright, next step. We're going to try taking this thing apart, see how this works. And this is the right size. There's that. And oop. Where did that go? Oh, I think that was here. Alright. So there is no thing here. Let's unclip that. Yeah, that definitely gives me some more room. And I think maybe there's more to cut. No, not much. No. Alright, so that's all the extra I get. And I might need to just go ahead and unclip that just so I don't have a major malfunction here. Yeah, it's going to be fun getting this to move without the advantage of the, maybe if I can loosen the gibs. I can only get to 3 of these, so there's, the gibs are held in both this way, and then of course you have your little adjustment screws here. And I'm thinking maybe, we'll see. I'm going to play around with it some more. Oh, did you even see what I did there? I forgot I was so zoomed in. Apologies, I forgot I had it all zoomed in, but I pulled the pinion mechanism out of here, and now I'm just trying to figure out how to get enough leverage to actually move it. And I'm thinking that if I loosen the gibs, that could help. Problem is, I don't know if that by itself yet. There's 1, 2, 3, and I'm sure there's a 4th one of these pins here, so kind of limited in what I can actually loosen. Yeah, if I could get to that fourth one here, I could disassemble this just like this. But there's a fourth one that's way down in there. I can't get to it, so. That's the top of our travel right there. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3 are loose, but that one in there is tight, so not really getting much effect from loosening these screws here. Yep. It's going to require some mechanical advantage of some kind. Ooh. Yeah. Maybe a clamp doing something like that would help. Much space to get a good grip, but yeah, something like that should work if I can just get the. Yeah, I'll get it out of there. It's not going to be pretty. Alright, so I hope you can see what we got going on here now. Pro tip, take this off of here, and that gives you plenty more travel. So I think we're going to be alright without any cutting, rewiring, anything like that. So the idea here is undo this plate from here, undo this, flip this around, flip this around, and I think we'll be good. Let's give it a shot. Put some more leverage. This is the size. Yep. They're on there. Alright, this is sort of the moment of truth. Does this work? And I believe it do. Don't see anything in particular getting in the way. Before it was like this. Fit like that. And now I want to do it like this. And fit it like that. And I think that'll be fine. Now, I just need to flip this around because this is a stop. Yeah, we want the stop to be there. So that's got to go. this unfortunately does not seem to have any kind of like positive locators, which I kind of hate that fact. But tis what tis. Alright, Dressed always says if it looks straight, it is straight. Looks straight. Okay. Okay. Alright. Get that bad boy back into there. Guess I should go ahead and tighten this one back up. Looks to me like these give adjustment screws are not doing a damn thing, because this thing is hard up against the side here. Wrong one. Yeah, so I think these are for show. Although, you know what? Which way? I'm thinking I might let these float a little bit, just for this aspect. That could make this easier to get back together. And I'm just not going to worry about that one, because I will be able to get to the others when I'm done, I believe. Now that's in there. I can get to this one, tighten it up. Yeah, that makes it a lot tighter. Ooh, I can't get to the one that's here. Shoot. Alright. How important is that? What do you think? I think it's good. Alright, so now this is our travel. And will this fit in there now? Yeah, ooh, just barely. Even, I mean, it could even stand to come up a little bit further. I could probably relocate the holes for this guy, because this guy is off center. If I bring that guy down, I could get even more travel out of this. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think this is worth this trip to the shop. Or the other shop. Trip to the mill. Trip to the mill, my darling. Okay, see what I'm saying? How this guy here is, I mean, originally it was flipped like this, and so the range of travel was about from here to here. And now I've put it up here like this. So I think if I essentially flip this whole pattern around, so it'll be, instead of up here, it'll be down here. So just drill 2 more holes, and I think there's an offset and whatnot, but we'll figure all that out. And I think it'll work fine and give me the clearance I really want. So I'll be back. Alright, so I went over to the mill and I relocated these 2 holes down here. I decided to go to where this was flush, and for whatever reason it came up perfectly in imperial standard measurements. The center of this hole is 0.5 inches from the edge, and center from this hole to this hole is 5 inches, and it worked perfectly. So go figure. I have no idea why they would be using those sorts of measurements, but anyway, I believe this is going to work. That'll give me up here and travel, and so we're going to reattach this and try it again. I think it's going to be good. Alright guys, so I was able to put that back and use the same area to put a new little stopper tie in there, and basically by removing this clip which used to attach this wire up here, there is enough wire here to cover the full range of motion, which now goes from here, giving me room all the way down to here. There, that's the end of it. So I can see where there might be a use case where you wanted some sort of drill that goes directly, an annular cutter or something that goes directly into there, where this would be too high. And you know what I might end up doing if I ever run into that situation is just laying out another 6 holes down here, so that it would be a much easier swap in the future than what I just did. And I don't know, this seems very usable to me now, because I think I'll be primarily just using the standard chuck, and we're good to go.